Welcome to week 9 of our prayer journey. This week we're going to ask God to teach our hearts to be receptive to godly teaching. Now you might say, why is this important? Why is it important that I'm receptive to godly teaching? Is that really something that I should be asking God for? Well, Paul in his letter to Timothy said this. In 2 Timothy 4, verse 3 and 4, he said, "For there is a time coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths." See, there's a lot of teaching out there. There's a lot of teaching that claims to be biblical teaching out there, but is false teaching. There's a lot of teaching out there that sounds really, really good, but when you put it next to the scriptures, it's not godly in any way, shape, or form. There's also a lot of teaching out there that is good, sound teaching, and it actually convicts and stirs up the heart to obedience. But it's rejected by people because it's very uncomfortable. Because it tells us as humans that we are sinful, that we don't follow God. It tells us that we have things that need to change. And so we run away from that teaching often. We shun that teaching. We say, oh, I don't like the way this person teaches. I don't like the way they break down the scriptures. I'm going to go find somebody who teaches the way I like to hear teaching. But as true followers of God, we don't want to be that way. We want to love godly teaching. We want to be filled with a desire to hear godly teaching. We want to have hearts soft enough to receive godly teaching. Because without godly teaching, from those who God has put in our lives to guide us in truth, we will stray. We will fall away. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to walk away into disobedience. So we're going to ask God this week to give us open hearts to hear godly teaching, to be stirred up by godly teaching to conviction and repentance and obedience, so that we will live lives that are glorifying to God and be more like Jesus Christ.